So are you moving to a new house in Tampa? You found your dream home and the packing begins. This video will give you a few tips to make that process a little easier. Hi there, I'm Lisa Carroll with Team TLC in Tampa, Florida, and this is my partner.
I'm Maria Nager. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we're realtors here in the Tampa area, and hey, we'd like to ask you to subscribe, give us a little thumbs up, and ring the little bell during this video so you'll be notified of our future videos. But today we are talking about some tips for you to help you get through that moving process as smoothly as possible.
So let's start. 4 to 6 weeks before you move. A lot of great tips here. You might want to grab a pen and paper because these might not all apply to you, but you might say, oh, I didn't think of that, and that'll be really helpful. So starting off, you're going to arrange for a moving company or rental truck, especially in the busy seasons. They tend to
get booked up.
Yep, get pretty busy. So you want to prepare that ahead of time. If necessary, you want to reserve a storage unit or two, and you might want to shop around for some prices on those. You're going to buy some packing supplies, including boxes, tape, bubble wrap, blankets, and markers. Just recently had somebody move here. All 5 TVs broke because they did not pack them the proper way.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
how awful.
You really want to be careful with the electronics and things like that. Make sure you really wrap them good and box them. Don't just stick a TV wrapped in blankets in a moving truck.
Yeah,
it's not going to
jostle around and break. You won't be happy.
It's not going to make it here. So if you have school-age children, you're going to want to look into some of the schools and get prepared to have them registered for the coming year. If you have pets, you might want to research some veterinarians in the area and or ask for some referrals. A lot of people do that kind of thing, like on Facebook. They'll ask for, hey, anybody know of a good doctor?
You can join the group for the neighborhood you're moving into.
Right.
And become, friendly with some of the neighbors in that group too. Or the city, like Land O'Lakes Moms as a group.
Right.
There's different groups where you can ask questions and get advice for these kind of things.
Excellent. It is very helpful.
Or your realtors might be able to help you with some of them.
And as far as packing, if you're coming from the north in December, you might want to make sure you have a couple of, some short sleeve shirts and some shorts because it still is pretty comfortable around here that time of year. So you want to pack accordingly and have some things accessible, not just all in boxes.
You don't need any snow boots or mittens ever here in Florida.
Or earmuffs.
No.
Rarely scarves. Not that really, heavy wool coats. I still have clodsets full of jackets that my husband just can't seem to part with.
Right, I know.
Nope.
So when you have a move-in date confirmed, confirm that date with a moving company. Even though you've already scheduled them, just make sure what time they're going to arrive at your house and what time they'll be delivering to the new house. Because scheduling that with your closing, it all needs to be in compliance with certain rules and regulations, when you can get in a house and when you can't.
Right. Especially if you're traveling from state to state. That really can get tricky.
Yeah, and it's nice to just arrange to have the places cleaned. The last thing you want to do when you're moving out, after you finally got everything out of the house, or when you're moving into a new house, if it's not clean to your satisfaction, is to have to go in and do a deep clean. So if you can at all possibly arrange for a cleaner, if you can afford it, they come in all different prices and sizes.
Yes.
And all different skill levels. So you can get a $100 clean up to probably about a $400 clean. There will be a difference, but both of them are better than nothing.
It's especially helpful when you're moving out because you really do need to leave it room swept and should have the refrigerator cleaned out and things like that, and the bathrooms at least clean, just, so that the new person can at least get in there and not feel grossed out.
Yeah, for sure. So unless you're planning to paint the place yourself, and if it needs painting, you might want to arrange for the painter to come in prior to your move-in. Right. So get that paint estimate and get him in there so he doesn't have to work around your furniture.
And these are things that we can help you with because we've got a lot of contacts in our little black book.
Yes,
we can help you with.
So definitely contact the utility companies at least a week or so before your planned move date to make sure you can get all the power turned on that you need, the power, the whatever, the water, the gas, whatever that house needs. So each house is different.
I just had tenants move in and they turned everything on but the gas.
They didn't realize.
A tankless gas hot water heater, so they had to wait for a day or two
Cold
to get a hot
shower.
Yeah, that's not
funny.
Fun. That fun after you're moving and you're hot and sweaty.
Well, at least you're in Florida. Cold shower is not so bad here.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So turn in your address change to the post office. Always want to do that so you make sure your mail is forwarded.
Yep. Check with even some of your bills that just come directly. You want to, with your credit card companies and things like that.
So you
your
don't
bank,
miss anything, yeah.
You want to make sure you change all your addresses directly with them.
Yep, and change your insurance with your insurance company. So you would cancel your old policy and start your new policy at your new location.
Right. For your house. Either it's renter's insurance or homeowner policy. As far as your vehicles go, more than likely, if you're like with a big company, State Farm, Allstate, you can just transfer once you get down here. You do have to go and get your license and all that too.
Yeah, you got to get your driver's license changed over too. So start using up some of the food in your fridge and pantry. Try to eat as much of those odds and ends so you don't have to pack them and move them. It's just a small little tip.
True. Makes a lot of sense. So we're down to 2 weeks before the move. It's getting intense now. You're going to start packing the seldom used kitchen items. Keep out the things that you use on a daily basis. Pack your books, home decor, items such as electronics, I guess stereos, and if
that you don't use every day. Yeah.
Right. If you still use a phone, yeah, it's like stereo. Who uses a stereo? That's pretty funny. But yeah,
the 8-track player, the VHS. What's that?
Yeah, gotta pack your CDs.
What CDs? Who has those anymore? We have a whole bunch of them, but our kids don't even really know what they are.
I don't even know what to do with all mine. They're in a box in a closet. You're gonna pack all your clothes except what is needed for the week. So I always keep a handy suitcase, right?
Yeah.
Oh, pretend like you're going on vacation. Especially since you're moving to Florida, because it always feels like you're on vacation once you move here.
Yeah, right. Unless you're working all the time. Like I am. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I love it. I love it here too.
Yes.
It is vacation town.
Let's see what else. You can wash as needed, so get as much packed as possible. Donate any unwanted items or furniture. They can always use it. Salvation Army, Habitat for Humanity.
Or put it on one of those groups
Goodwill.
and they'll come pick it up. People will come pick up stuff
Right,
too.
that too. If moving to another state or city, remember to cancel memberships, like for the gym, things like that. If you're moving long distance, you want to have your car serviced before you drive it 1,300 miles. That might be smart.
Yeah, go in for that oil change or
tire rotation, get your brakes checked, get your car checked out so you know it's solid to be on the road.
For sure.
And if you have any children, arrange for childcare on moving day so that they're not under your feet running around stressing you out even more.
The stress is already enough. Get someone to help out that day. Grandma, Grandpa, somebody come help us for sure. Okay, 1 week before the move. Stock up on your medications and prescriptions.
Oh, that's definitely a good plus because you don't want to get down to Florida or move from one area to the other and then find out, oh my gosh, I have 1 day left of pills.
Yeah, and make sure you have the correct information to transfer it to a new pharmacy down here so you can get your refill when needed.
Right.
Pack an essential suitcase.
Bathing suit.
Better than
and
a
toothbrush.
Bathing suit and toothbrush, that's all you need.
Bathing suit, toothbrush, hairbrush, and a bar of soap. You're good.
Maybe a towel.
And a towel, okay.
A towel?
A towel.
Okay. So, think about things you'll need immediately when you arrive at the home, like toilet paper. When you're going in to move in and you're like, oh my gosh, I need these couple little things. So just some handy wipes, different things that you can use when you're moving in would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Pack up the kitchen and other last minute essentials, including a few days worth of clothes.
So we're narrowing it down. You are now in the house, and this is after the move. So now what? Now you're finally can maybe relax a little bit.
I know. You're like, yay, I'm in my new home, but there's still so much to do.
There it is. Now you got to unpack and put everything away, reorganize, and figure out where you're going to put things. So important stuff is you want to replace the door locks because you never know who else could have had keys to the home.
Great point.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to change your remote control garage codes, right? You want to reset those. Yep. You may want to set up a security system, or if there's already one in the house, you may want to just have it monitored. So you might want to go through ADT or Guardian, a couple of different companies there. You want to check your smoke alarms and change the batteries so that you know everything is in working order. And you probably want to set up service for pest control. Yeah. Here in Florida, we tend to have, outside bugs, obviously, that are kind of funky. You'll be like, oh my God, what is that? Never seen one of them before. And also lawn maintenance. So you want to make sure that you have a landscaper. Sometimes it's easiest to grab somebody from around the neighborhood if you see them mowing your neighbor's lawn. Right?
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. Wave them down and ask them how much for yours.
Yeah, exactly.
And get on their list. You'll be shocked how cheap it is and how hot it is in the summer to do it yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to be out there mowing, weed whack, edging, blowing. They're in and out in 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, and the price is very reasonable.
Right. And typically you don't have to. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to want to get a new Florida's driver's license. And I think typically you're supposed to do that within 30 days. Mm-hmm. And if you get pulled over, a cop could really probably give you a ticket for it unless they're nice, but you never know. You want to register your kids for school. You want to register your car as well for the new address with the new insurance. You want to forward your medical records to your new doctors. You are going to need to set up a new bank account, which we have plenty of banks around here. I happen to use a credit union I like very much.
If you don't already use a national bank.
I happen to use a credit union I like very much.
If you don't already use a national bank.
Right.
So
Right. They have great hours. A lot of the banks now, too, are open till either 7 at night and on the weekends as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's convenient. You want to find your new voting registration and register to vote. And lastly, enjoy your new house.
That's right. Thanks for watching today, guys.
If you didn't know before, now you definitely know more.
Ciao for now.
Ciao.